Hey guys! Again, thank you so much for watching my last two videos. Honestly, it means so much to me. So today I wanted to talk about the importance of relationships within mental health for those who suffer with mental health and for those who don't but are in relationships, friendships, whatever, or family members who do suffer from mental health. So I guess I'm going to keep it short, but my main point that I want to make is that relationships are so important and they are so powerful in so many ways. I mean, I think is it Mother Teresa said, or Teresa, whatever, said that, or was it Oprah? I don't know. Anyway, said that the biggest poverty in life is loneliness. And loneliness can kill. Loneliness can cause so many problems. And loneliness can it makes everything worse. I mean, I know that everyone watching this will have had those days where you are surrounded by people, whether you're at uni, in your own home, just out in public, yet you feel completely invisible. I had that at uni. I could literally disappear for days, and no one would bat an eyelid. No one would notice, or if they did, they didn't say anything. And I know I'm guilty of doing that as well when people have disappeared and I've probably noticed and I haven't actually said anything or gone looking for them. I've just talked about it to someone and been like, oh, have you seen them, or where are they? But I haven't actually done anything about it or gone to the person themselves. I've just spoken about them behind their back, not in a bitchy way, but yeah. And I know that everyone has experienced that, and if you haven't, you are very lucky. But you can experience loneliness in a lot of different ways. So if it's in your family, you could be missing a parent, or you could have broken relationships. And the feeling kind of sticks a little bit. It doesn't it's hard to get rid of, even if people do start paying you attention, and do start making an effort. You still, I don't know if you guys get this, but I still get stuck in this mindset of, yeah, but ultimately I'm still alone. How long is this going to last? Is it they're only going to be here for a little bit, and then they're just going to go again, or they're going to get bored, or I'm going to end up feeling lonely again at some point. So I just want to really make a point in my life and encourage everyone else to pay attention to your relationships, because it's so easy to just sort of get used to them, and pay attention to yourself. I do that all the time, and I don't actually look outward at other people. I'll be walking through town and I could be completely oblivious to everyone around me, not even pay attention to anyone. I won't remember what people are wearing. If I've seen them, I don't remember people's eye colour. I just do not pay attention. And for the person on the receiving end, even though it's unintentional and I don't mean to do it, and it is just kind of what I'm like, if people experience that all the time from everybody, because we're all doing it, then everybody gets a sense of loneliness. And especially if you're mentally ill, because your mind talks crap to you, basically, and tells you that nobody loves you, that you're not worth it. There is just constant dialogue going on, like voices in your head telling you that you're not worth it, that they don't care. So with BPD, with what I have, it's fear of abandonment, so I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone fully. I don't think anyone's going to stick around. The amount of times I've said to those closest to me, I'm waiting, or I try and push people away because I'm so scared that people are going to go. And it's almost like I would rather choose loneliness, but then I just end up in this cycle. And when you're lonely, you get stuck even further in your own head. So particularly if you suffer with anxiety or depression, that can be one of the worst, because you want to be alone, but that's probably the worst thing for you. But But then if you try and reach out to people, you feel like they don't care even if they do. And I mean, so I know a lot of this sounds like people are thinking they're lonely when they're not, which is true, we do. But I still feel like everybody, or like all of us, can still make a little bit more of an effort to be more present and more aware of people. I've written about this before, just being aware of people and paying attention to them, not just being like a corridor friend or, a passerby, or not making false promises to people that you're going to be there and then not follow through. It's so much better to just do it. Because think how many times you've heard people say they're going to do something or they're going to be a certain way and then they don't. And each time, like, we don't realise it, but our expectations become so low of people that we would actually rather be alone. And we don't trust anyone. So I'm going to wrap it up because it's been about 6 minutes now and you're probably so bored. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say that my closest friends are so important to me. My family are so important to me. And without the people that are in my life right now, if I'm honest, I don't think I would still be here. Not that like individual people have saved me, because I don't believe in that. I don't think, like, I'm not going to put my existence on somebody else. But if I hadn't had people investing time in me and reaching out to me and encouraging me and actually just being there, not even like trying to help counsel me, but just being a friend. Like, we don't always need to give people advice and sit and be like, oh, you only come to me if you're feeling really sad. We just need to hang out and like do like random stuff together, just chill. So yeah, I mean, I've spoken to quite a few people especially when I was at uni, who feel so alone. And I just think it's a two-way thing. So if we're feeling alone, to try not to isolate ourselves, and if the thoughts come in, to maybe challenge them and try and find the reality rather than so you have your thought, so something triggers it, so someone might have walked past you and not said hi or something, or someone might not have replied to your text, and that triggers a thought. And so immediately you might be thinking like, they hate me, I've done something wrong, they don't want to be my friend anymore, they don't care, whatever. But rather than going into all of that, you stop at, they walked past me, they didn't pay attention, or they didn't reply to my text, and that made me feel really upset and sad or alone. And you stop there. You don't go further into it. But then you look at the reality of the situation. So you either wait and see how it pans out, or you challenge your thought and you say, okay, they walked past me, but they were in a rush, they looked upset, they looked busy, whatever, or okay, I know that this person has a track record of being terrible at replying to messages, or maybe they're busy, and then just wait and see. And if you're really curious, wait and then pull them up on it and ask them about it, and then you'll probably find that it's completely different to what you were about to launch into with all those thoughts. But just stop at what happened, how it made you feel, and just address that, but don't then ruminate, which is kind of go over and over, or make assumptions. Assumptions are the worst. I always talk about assumptions in my blogs. But yeah, so that's just a little tip that I picked up from my therapist. I sound so American when I say I have a therapist. I think everyone should have one. But anyway, right, I'm going to go now. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, like, you are important and the people in your life are important. Hold on to them, pay attention to them, live outside of your own mind and live outside in the wider world. I might do a vlog on mindfulness when I've actually learnt it myself, because that's about living in the moment and just being living out past your thoughts and into like the wider world and the people around you and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you'll carry on watching. Thanks, bye.